There's two lights that rule. One of them is during the day. It's a brighter light just because more people can see it from a distance. And then there's the night at light. It's a night light. The lesser light, it's not that it's the least light or even the last. Not the least, not the last, but it is the lesser light. It's filled with the same agenda giving light. It just gives a light in a different way. Two lights in the world. One of them has a different task. It has the task of delivering a lot of light. Then the other light has a task to deliver lesser of the intensity of light for a specific group of people. And then the brighter light has more intensity for other specific. To you was born this day in the city of David a Savior. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of... Hold on, what? Speak up, Stephen. Peace and goodwill towards men. And look at it again. Memorable day of shouting. From a holy cry. That's exactly what they were doing. They were the shepherds at the birth of Christ. Now he doesn't just say, I mean, I don't just say this to say it. Those Dead Sea Scrolls, is that the information that the elite have that we don't or something? Shall be 7 weeks until the anointed leader the anointed one that Daniel writes about. All right, watch what else he tells us. A messenger of good news that announces the good news. He's going to come for, it's going to be a blank spot to instruct them in all appearance of the world. And He's going to go and comfort all those that mourn, is what he's going to talk about. And the judgment of God, as he has written, saying to Zion, here's that raises up the covenant, and for people to walk in the way of your God. See, the part about the light, that's my part. I'm just listening to Ben Noon, the one that Steve tries to put in a category of I hate when I do that. I mean, I don't hate it like a lot, but I hate it somewhat. Because I forget. And then it's like that habit that gets us. That's what's annoying. Satan's victory over me for that moment. I think Stephen Ben-Danoon knows something that I know that he knows, and the same thing that Steve knows. It's something about those Stevens. They believe that the coming of the Messiah is a fulfillment of trumpets. Well, you want to look at Yom Kippur? Some people say, yeah, I agree with that, Steve. Robin, but the angels, when they came down, who knew? It's a conjecture for you. You know Leviticus chapter 23? I can remember everything off the top of my head now. I mean, I get even a better memory now. When you bring an offering by fire to the Lord, this is me interpreting it now, it just means the fire out of your mouth. If you're going to bring some kind of offering to God, it needs to come from your mouth, and it needs to be fire. Not cold ice, but fire. As cold as ice. Sacrifice. Did I not bring a pencil? What kind of freaking carpenter are you? All this stuff. There might be some time where there's no noise or I'm not saying anything. There's 3 wise men. There's 3, not blind mice. It's not the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. There's actually 3 wise men, and then there's 3. I mean, if they're sitting all in a tub together, you know what I mean? Melchizedek was a type of the Messiah. And they knew that when the Messiah would come, they would come at a certain Jubilee. And by the way, Yeshua did come at the Jubilee. You see about this Jubilee, this interpretation for the latter days from the inheritance of Melchizedek. It's interesting, isn't it? The inheritance of Melchizedek will make them return to them and proclaim to them emancipation to release them from the burden of all their sins, and that's when this world will come to pass. By the way, with the Qumranite community, there was no Shem around. Shem was nowhere around. But they're still looking for Melchizedek. Melchizedek will make them return to them and proclaim to them emancipation to release all of you guys from the burden of your sins. That's when this will come to pass. The Jubilee year has everything to do with the Mashiach, Messiah coming, and everything to do being fulfilled when the Messiah comes. Which just so happens to fall in line with what? Second 9/11. I mean Yom Kippur. The first week of the Jubilee, and there's 9 Jubilees. The Day of Atonement has 10 Jubilees. 10. And then there's 10 people are going to take everything by a horn or something. Why should another priest rise after Melchizedek when Melchizedek already proved who he was? Only he himself knew his name on his thigh. They believed the Messiah would come under the order of Melchizedek. I think that's the other guys. So they think he's going to fill the Day of Atonement. I don't know what date it is. One goat is a sacrificial goat, and the other one's the scapegoat. How fair is that? Remember when Joseph got stolen by his brothers? They told him. Remember? Because one goat came was a sacrificial goat, the literal one, and then Joseph was the scapegoat. But see, Christ was able to be both of them. 187 1/4. See, that's why I feel like I'm ignoring you if you're just hanging out with me working. I mean, it ain't like you're really doing anything while you're here working. Adam was formed from the dust of the earth by the hands of God. There's a temple coming that won't be destroyed. See, you know what the difference is between me and other people that listen to the earpiece? I don't act like I'm not. That's the difference. Connecting one side to the other. Connecting one side of the fence to the other side of the fence. They're not both together just yet. There's two different sides, the left and the right, and then there's two other sides, which is the front and the back. So which side of the fence are you on? Are you on that side with that house down there, or are you on this side with that house down there, or are you on the back side, or are you on the front line? So I got to get this thing connected before the Eagles game. because I feel like both sides need to be connected before that final playoff push that Carson Wentz is going to lead the way as the redheaded stepchild Messiah guy. And the Eagles Stadium, yeah, it is a boat. It's a boat. It's Noah's Ark. Yeah, it is. I did a back door yesterday for my son's uncle, and took the old one out, put the new one in. It was a double door, connected both sides together. The door shut, and it was good. It's a good door. Before that other door, which is the front door, ripped the old one out, put the new one in, seal it up, build 2 pillars side by side. And then now this here, this is the final touches. You can't even make this stuff up. And you really can't. I mean, you can't like really control your own destiny or anything. It's up to God, really. You gotta just leave everything up to Him. Don't do anything on your own, and He'll take care of you. You know, your prayers will be answered. I'm gonna pause this because this is pretty loud in your ear. I mean, why do you think Fleck asks God for everything all the time? He knows damn well that, you know, you got to do things on your own. You can't just rely on the lazy prayer and say, God, Lord, can you cut this piece of wood for me? Because I mean, you said if I just ask you to do it, you'll do it for me. Lord, what should I measure? How much is the measurement? Should you tell me that too? The whole idea is to get annoyed by someone who's constantly asking God to help them. Because God is an observer. He just like kind of sits there. He sees what's going on for his own pure entertainment. And when you ask him to do something for you, when he knows that you're damn well capable of doing it on your own, that's why it never happens for you, because you're waiting for him to do it. The eraser doesn't want to. Because then I was in Home Depot and I'm like, Lord, I don't know what paint colors to get. You got so many of them. Can you just tell me what to get and how to get it and where to go? And can you paint the walls for me too, Lord? So when people are waiting on God to do things for them, what I've been trying to say is this: I need somebody to hold my pencil. I gotta hire a pencil holder. When you keep waiting on God to answer your prayers, and when people say like, well, God will just take care of it. Well, God is gonna step in. God's gonna stop it. I mean, I was even guilty of saying that. God's gonna stop it. Well, yeah, of course. He is gonna stop it. But he's gonna stop it by putting it in people's hearts to stop it. That's what God is doing. Put it in your heart. But you have to still do it on your own. Hey down there. I'm up hither. Come up hither. Oh, I know what it is. See, there's people that don't want to come up hither on my my ark, but you will. But you need to see like something that I said would happen actually happen in order for you to hop aboard. So I saved the best for last. Oh man, the last prediction that I have, the last one that's going to come true. The last one that's going to come true is going to be the most accurate, dead-on, precise, world-dominating, changing event. So as I was saying before, earlier, if there was a person that predicted the first 9/11 and he wasn't from the inside, where do you think he would be today? Would he just be getting out of prison? Right? Because I'm sure a lot of people say, well, he'll be in, oh my God, he'll be in prison. He'll be in prison. Forever. Because they're going to blame it on him. Okay, that's fine. You can blame it on him if you want. But where's your evidence? Do you have phone records of the incident? Do you have people that he was in contact with that are bomb squad people? Does he know Jonathan Fleck? There's all these questions you got to ask the individual that is being charged with conspiracy to bombing of the first 9/11. Well, I would say this. I would say that person, if he predicted the first 9/11 and it happened the way he said it was, ready? You ready for this? If that was the case, then there would never be a second 9/11. If he predicted that first 9/11, do you think there's going to be a third 9/11 after the second one? I don't think so. You fool me once, you can't fool me again. Alright? You literally fooled me, Trump. No, you never fooled me, Trump. I was on to you from the gate. Obama kind of fooled me a little bit. Bush, you fooled me, you son of a bitch. I drew an American flag on the back of my car after that happened. I was so gung-ho. I had this cool, it was a 99 Dodge Stealth. It was maroon, but I painted it. I had it painted, I didn't paint it myself. Silver. It was a stick shift, and it had 3 12-inch JL Audios with the two, I think they were JL Audio, and I forget what they were, but it was a nice sound system. I thought I was so cool. Man, I thought I was so cool when I was younger. Oh well. Sometimes you just think that way, and then you realize, man, I thought I was so cool. I knew I was cool back then too. Oh man. But I always knew. Apparently I was always in the knowing. So not only would there not be a second 9/11, but I bet you that dude has like 144 acres somewhere. He probably, I know it, he probably got like 125 acres, and then an additional 19, and then he shared them. Shared those acres with the moon. The sun shared those acres with the moon because there was the sunlight and the moonlight all on the same day. Ain't that crazy how you can see the moon during the day? Man, this piece is warped. You can see the moon during the day now. Because the moon is turning into light. Instead of just ruling the night, the moon is hanging out with the sun now. And they're both ruling the day and the night together. So they're going to share those acres. That's not going to work. I mean, the board, where the board is. What I said is going to work. The other thing. Because there was an excuse. Oh, I'm running out of time. There was an excuse for I see. I just forgot what I was going to say. That's why I said That's because I ran out of time, and I'm like, now my mind just isn't going to. I can't tell the story in 15 seconds. That's why there was a story about the moon being out past 10. Now it's out past 12.